There's a term in military strategy and tactics called putting your opponent on the horns of a dilemma. What it means is you want to put yourself in a position where no matter what the enemy does, they're screwed. They're damned if they do, and they're damned if they don't. And the way all left-wing insurgencies work is they put the government on the horns of this dilemma. So what they do is they accuse the government of being authoritarian, and then they just start running wild, committing acts of violence. And now the government is on the horns of a dilemma because it can either defend itself and validate these accusations of authoritarianism, or they can do nothing and just slowly watch their country get gobbled up by the left. And we're seeing that right now. Now, God forbid it ever gets to the point of violent revolutionary insurgency. But their response to Charlie Kirk's murder indicates that they're willing to go to that, and they're on the road to that. And they're in the process right now of trying to put Trump on the horns of this dilemma. They're flooding the zone with propaganda about how he's an authoritarian, while at the same time, they're intentionally causing provocations that require the government to deal with them. The government has no choice but to deal with them, or else it just lets them go ahead and intimidate their opponents and commit violence against their opponents. So it's a very dangerous and difficult thing to deal with, as we've seen in left-wing insurgencies in the past, in Vietnam, in Cambodia, in China, in Russia. It's not something to be taken lightly. It's a very, very difficult thing to deal with. You have to really thread a needle of, yes, on the one hand, you have to stamp it out, but on the other hand, you have to have a PR machine that's better than theirs, because you cannot allow your stamping out to be the fodder for their propaganda either.